Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are doing amazing. We are October 21st, and welcome to the 5D News. Hi, Sophie. How are you doing? You're on the road, special undisclosed location.
Absolutely. I'm on the road, so sorry if the internet is not the best, or I'm going to be back for the next show. So hopefully you're doing fine. The new moon, is it today, the new moon, Julie?
Yes, it was exact this morning.
It's something. Let me know if you had trouble sleeping. For me, it was absolutely a nightmare trying to sleep last night. This energy was super strong.
It is strong. I did have also issues with my sleep. It's square Pluto, so there's a lot also of, let's say, triggers, repressed emotions that are coming up as well, like a very intense transformation process. So yes, and we're going to dive into that in just a few seconds. But before we do so, do make sure you are subscribed to our channel. It really helps us into creating some more content, and it supports us, the channel, Sophie and I. So thank you for everybody who is already subscribed. And I will be going away on a little vacay, and we are pre-recording some shows, and we have a very beautiful surprise for you guys. So this is going to be a very new show that is scheduled for November 4th. So do make sure you mark your calendar, activate the notification bell. And this one is going to be The Sisters Investigate. So we're starting back our investigations. And this time we chose two people that are very much in the news, Bad Bunny and Taylor Swift. And we know that Bad Bunny was recently announced as being the artist for the Super Bowl halftime show. And it created a lot of, let's say, unhappy people. Anything you want to say about this show, Sophie?
I think it's going to be really fun. We had tons of fun doing it. We also dig into tons of mysteries for both artists. So let us know if you like this content and if you would like for us to do more, because we had tons of fun.
Yeah, so we're just getting started here. And do make sure also you like this video, and thank you again for supporting us. And we're going to dive into our news. So let's start here with the Earth and the Star. And we were just talking about this new moon in Libra, which is very intense. And we know that Libra is the sign of relationships, partnerships, agreements, contracts. And it's a new moon, so it allows us to really open up a new chapter, a new energy, a new period of time with that energy. But usually the sign of Libra is prone to balance, harmony, but this time around it's making a grand cross opposed to Chiron, making a square to Pluto, and the other square to Jupiter. So it really creates this really high tension around the topic of relationships, partnership, contracts, agreements. So can we pull cards, Sophie, around like what will be the result of this new moon in a sign of partnership, relationships, and agreements?
Okay, let's see. So we have the first card. It's abandonment.
Okay.
So let's see more.
Let's see.
We have big news, delivery, and movement. We have boss, protection, and authority. And we have admired. I'm going to take tarot card as well. Do you have something that pops in your mind already? I can sense that you want to say something here.
Not really.
No?
No. No, I was thinking about the chart. I'm letting you do the thinking on this one.
We have the Emperor with the card of Abandon. We have the Puppeteer, which is the High Priestess with the Rider, big news. We have the Knight of Wands with the Protection. And we have the Judgment. So 3 major arcana out of 4 cards. This is absolutely big energies. It's not going to be unnoticed. It's not going to be a small energy. It's really noticeable. You're going to sense it one way or another. It doesn't mean that it's going to affect negatively your relationship per se for everybody. Again, that's not one size fit all. Those energies can rule other things as well in your life. But the main energy here is to regain your control and to see where there is power play way that in the background, because we do have the card of the puppeteer, the high priestess, in the background, where do you give up your power, and to bring that back in a more balanced kind of way. And it's really a push from your guides, it's really a push from your angels to say that you are admired, that as you are enough. As you are enough. You are perfect as you are, and that you are loved as you are. So the universe is really pushing you to explore more of your authenticity and to push away from power play, and to see that where you don't feel safe, and to really try to establish some kind of power dynamic that is more healthy. The power dynamic, I'm assuming that's Pluto, right?
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say that's like a direct reference to Pluto, the square with Pluto. Pluto is always about power dynamic, and also where, as you said, like we've been giving our power away. And Libra is all about finding this healthy balance and being true to ourselves and finding like a more equal give and takes of sort of relationship agreements, contracts. So it's also, I guess, an opportunity to rebalance what has been imbalanced in the past, as far as like power dynamics and even financial agreements.
Yeah. Last note on this, what I'm seeing, because we have Abandon the Emperor, and we have this beautiful card of Admired with the ballerina and a Judgment. I think it's a major shift collectively on lowering the toxicity of the extreme masculine, which is we all know that when it's healthy, everything is positive. When it's unhealthy, anything can be negative. So when we have too much of a masculine energy, we can feel a little bit like we are, I have the word smush. I know it's not the right word. So how do you, like, the pressure is on you, like you're feeling like you are making, I don't know. Yeah, you're smush. We're going to say smush. So
Pressured?
no, it's more than that. It's like you're yeah.
Squished. Like I don't know if it's the right word either. Okay, let's go
There's
with
a more
smush.
official word, but let's go with smush.
It sounds amazing.
I think that there is an overwhelming energy in the world collectively of a masculine that is a little bit too extreme, where a lot of us can feel a little bit, again, that's not a right word, but smush under the pressure of this energy, and where it's the calling of the feminine to rebalance this. Everybody has the masculine and everybody has the feminine energy within them. So you can look inward also to see where is your masculine too strong, and where can you let in a little bit more of your feminine energy. So there's this rebalancing also with power game, but within ourselves and the society and in our relationship.
You know, that makes total sense. I've been working on that recently, and we know that we're saying that also because, of course, like if you've been watching us for a while, you know that in society at large, we have been very much encouraged to function with mainly our masculine energy. So that's why every one of us, basically, except maybe for a very small minority of the population, are very much in our masculine energy in order to be productive in this society. So we also need to listen to the other side. I love that, Sophie. Okay, let's now look. We have a very busy week in terms of astrology, and a very busy and important week. And this is October 22nd. So tomorrow on Wednesday, we're going to have Neptune, which is already retrograde, but go back one last time into the sign of Pisces. So Neptune is the ruler of Pisces. They both rule past lives, karma, past karma, the past in general, and also karmic relationships. So Neptune retrograde is doing one last big dip into the sign of Pisces from tomorrow until February of next year, where it's going to meet with Saturn in the sign of Aries. So this last big dip into the sign of Pisces is pretty much where we get to balance out past karma and understand the lessons about what we've been guided to work on as far as karma from past lives, what we are resolving, what we are outgrowing. So I'd like to ask the cards, what will we be guided to do for this last journey into Pisces?
So we have makeover, renovation, transformation. We have unawaken. We have hiring. We have the spring. And the last card is the merging, relationship, and agreement with the card of marriage. So let's see what the card of tarot. Okay. What do we have for this last dip of Neptune into Pisces? So we have 10 of Wands with makeover, renovation, and transformation. So right away with those, we can see that it's going to be not easy peasy for that phase, depending on how much work you have been doing, of course, in the last rounds of Neptune and Pisces. If you have been doing every work that was needed, good. If you have been waiting on this last, it's going to be very packed schedule of lessons, I would say. So let's see more. On Awaken is with the 6 of Wands. We have this gunfight for hire, and we have the 2 of Cups. We have the 6 of Swords with the spring, and we have the Wheel of Fortune with marriage, merging, relationship, and agreement. Underneath the deck, we have the Sun. So I know that Neptune is very much about the fog and not about seeing, but the fact that we have underneath the deck the Sun means that this time we're going to have way more clarity on what needs to be done, on why it needs to be done. We can see that some people are going to have destined relationship coming up. It says marriage. It doesn't have to be romantic. It could be partners. It could be mentors. It could be having children. Anybody coming into your life that is meant to be at this time. For a lot of people, there is going to be finding people into your life, that new people that cross your path. And this card means that it's going to be to teach you other lessons that you did not learn with this. So again, we are here on Earth in this incarnation to learn. It is a school, even though it's not fun to hear this. We are never going to stop learning and being tested, because that's why we're still here. It's because we still have things to learn. And we have Unawaken and the 6 of Wands. So I think that way more clarity again is coming this time around. So you have more chance of being successful this time around. The last thing is 6 of Swords with the card of spring. You can see that finally it's easier to just learn the lessons, to move on from them. You're going to see that finally you are unstuck from that phase. I remember the last time this happened. Oh my God, the anxiety. Oh my God, that was...
Yeah, it's mental health too. I forgot to say, but both Neptune and Pisces are about like anxiety, depression, mental health issues. So yeah.
Yeah, so the fact that it is coming, where if you are in the north, you're going to have it during the fall. I don't know if it's going to be still in winter, but the fact that it is... Yeah, it's a season where mental health can easily be going down if you're not having the right vitamins, if you don't have the right routine, if you don't respect your body, if you have a very demanding job or children or whatever it is the case. So the fact that we have the Sun underneath the 6 of the deck, the 6 of Swords being there, I think that it's you have already the tools you knew, or you already went through those lessons. It's just this time applying them, but it's going to be much easier this time. But they're still coming up to the surface. It's going to be still similar to what you experienced in the past. I hate to say that. I went through hell when that happened, but we're in the same boat, everybody. And again, some of us are going to be meeting some karmic partners coming to teach us a lesson. It is up to us to act accordingly, so they don't have to stick around for 10 years teaching us something. Maybe you're just going to have one conversation, it's going to be done. For others, it's going to be years and years, but it is our free will is going to determine if they're staying or not. For others, again, we have very big destiny meeting with people, and all of this is meant from past life and karma point of view to make us evolve. But again, last time, easier than the past ones.
And interesting, because in astrology too, Neptune in the highest frequency of the expression is soulmates. So yeah, it could also be, I guess, like reuniting from people from past lives, and yes, lessons, but it doesn't have to be super painful, depending on, I guess, where we are in our own personal journey. And the other thing I saw when you got the Six of Swords with the Spring card, this is right when the transit of Neptune in Pisces ends at spring, a month before spring, and it's like we're leaving like all the most difficult, maybe anxiety, depression, like sort of feeling not really seeing where we're going, which is also Six of Swords behind. So
I don't know why we always choose that period of time when it's winter or fall to put that on us. But I personally, let me know what are your tricks. But personally, something that has helped me during the last transit, and it was really rough, I started to work out, and that helped me a lot. So maybe you have other tricks, let us know, but that helped me a lot.
I guess anything that is sun related, which is the card that you had also. So maybe light, if you're not able to get real sunlight, artificial light, the vitamins, sport, things that make you happy, love, connection. So anything that is sun is going to help. And also, it's the spirit is made for you to shed a light on what's was unawakened before inside of you, which is also the other card that you pulled. So okay, and last question on the astrological transit, but this one is interesting because we are just entering into Scorpio season tomorrow, the 22nd. So on top of everything, on the same day, Neptune is also going to be retrograde in Pisces, but also the sun begins its journey into the sign of Scorpio, which is, traditionally speaking, the time of the year where we experience the most transformation, because Scorpio is the sign of transformation. It's the sign of death and rebirth. It's the sign of going within, listening to our intuition. It's also where we have Halloween, and where the veil is the thinnest with the other dimensions. So I'd like to ask the cards, what will be this Scorpio season like? What kind of energy will be heightened this time around? Will we have like a traditional Scorpio season or a very special one?
Let's start with a traditional one.
Okay.
So we have the shadow side. I will trigger what you fear the most. All right.
Well, hand in hand with the Neptune in retrograde in Pisces kind of stuff, I guess.
But I'm going to repeat those words and let me know if that's any different than the haunted houses and the energy of Halloween. Like, I will trigger what you fear the most. I feel like in Scorpio season, we are already, if you celebrate Halloween, of course, you're already looking in a sense for that kind of sensation with like the pumpkins that are like the face are scary, the ghost and blah, blah, blah. So I think that there is this energy that is already in the air.
Yeah, but now we're talking about like our inner stuff, where we build like all of our defense mechanism against having to look at that shadows, right? So like it seems to be very confronting, which is the role of Scorpio. So it's a sacred time.
It is. Okay, so let's see what we have. So we have Seven of Wands going with that card. So you're exactly right. Defense mechanisms of not going into your shadow side. So exactly what you said. So the Seven of Wands, one of the keywords is defense mechanisms. And we can see that this person is used to fight back. So it could be even harder when you're used to fight back because you need to dive into that side once in a while to be able to purge it and to come back stronger. We have revelation, new perspective with the Six of Wands. So yes, I think that the less you resist going in that space, and you can ask a professional to help you with this. It could be hypnotherapy, you can do hypnosis, you can do therapy, you can do any type of healing energies with that to just be to have somebody holding your hand through this darker side and coming back with what you need without having to steer in it. So we have the Knight of Pentacles with the Enabler, Eight of Swords, and the Lovers and the Empress. Okay, and the Fool at the end. Wheel of Fortune. Big, big, big change. Oh my God. Okay, we are at a year 9. I just realized through those cards. Those are cards of a major, major ending. The Fool, the Wheel of Fortune, the World, and the Ace of Cup.
Wow.
So it's meant to, we're meant to be going in what is our looping thoughts, what is our limiting belief for some, attachment for others, cords of attachment for some. Where do we think we have limits in life? And what part of yourself or of your past or of our personality have you put aside to not look at it again, to really in this season go there and to come back as someone that is able to start fresh without this part of yourself anymore. It's a year 9, so that means that we are able to finish even bigger cycles, even bigger bigger endings this year. So we're able to have bigger endings, leave things behind more easily, to start fresh in the next year, 2026, which will be a year 1, a fresh new start. So looking at those cards, Scorpio season is the season to really do that work, to really remove anything that is on your way, on an obstacle on your path, to be able to start fresh with peace, reconciliation, love, fresh new beginning. Your energy is going to yourself, self-love, and creation of a new life for you. That's going to be major for this month.
And talking about if you feel the need to be helped by a professional, we have this new promo that we just decided to, we were guided, in fact, to start this promo for this week only, so for the beginning of Scorpio season. Sophie, can you explain what this is about and also what you can do in that 30-minute pre-recorded tarot reading?
Yes, so we decided to, for a week only, like you said, to offer 20% off on the 30 minutes pre-record. So this is a pre-record that I will do with your question. So some people are asking me about mediumship. They want to communicate with people who have pasts, and Scorpio season is a great moment to do that, of course, and to leave maybe the guilt or the what if behind. Others ask for me to remove cords. Some people contacted me after they did the course of protection, cutting cords, and purification. For me to cut the cords, I can absolutely look into your energy and remove that through this reading. And others just want to ask me questions for the cards, and that's perfect, because what we can see through the cards can help you to make the best choice for what is coming next into your life, or get closure for the past on anything that you need to understand to be able to move on. So all of this is 20% off, and it's until the October 26th.
Yeah, well said. So 6 days only, and now 5 days, because we began that sale yesterday. So you have only 5 days to take advantage of that. And we know this is a very popular one. So do make sure you book ahead of time if you'd like to get your reading as soon as possible. And this is going to be our last sale of the year on all consultations. So do make sure you hop on this occasion. And there is no coupon code needed for this one. and the link is down below. So you'll see the discount is automatically applied to the price, which is super affordable and a very good occasion to dive into Scorpio season and to finally release a lot of stuff before we move into next year, which is going to be a year one in February, near spring, where we have the conjunction between Neptune and Saturn out of Pisces finally. So we see like there is going to be such beautiful energies for new beginnings. All right, let's switch category. We're going to talk a little bit about politics, and I have Tim who sent me this one, so thank you, Tim. And this is about Prince Andrew giving up his royal titles, including Duke of York, after a discussion with King. So there was a lot of people, and of course he's been tied to a lot about the Epstein case. We heard his name come up unofficially a lot of the times, surrounding, not those are words that I cannot really pronounce here, but you know what we are talking about. So can we ask the cards, like, what was the real reason behind his giving up of the titles?
Okay.
If it could save like the whole royalty, the British royalty's name. Is it because there's more information about to come out? Like, yeah.
Okay, so far we have those images. I have 5. I'm just going to show you the last 3 ones. It's already very much telling. Just the pictures are.
And just right here, before we answer that, I wanted to say trigger warning, as we are entering into Scorpio season. It's going to trigger the shadows of the world too. So we are about to be also diving in a lot more shadow, as we are also being more aware with our own inner shadows. It's also happening in the outside world. So go ahead, Sophie. Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that there was a deal behind closed doors to lose the titles and not go to court. So that's one thing that I'm seeing. Let's see with the second row.
So he would basically get his name removed of the whole case if he, okay.
I don't know if
that's kind of save the royalty's name.
I don't know if that's going to be for the whole case or for one person in particular, but I'm seeing that there was a deal behind closed doors. Again, I don't know if that's going to be for everybody, if it's going to be untouchable for the rest, but I do see that this is something that was needed because people were literally just knocking on the door and like just demanding that things were done for justice. Otherwise, there would be consequences publicly. So yeah,
affecting, I guess, like the whole British royalty.
Yeah. Okay. So we're talking about children. It's very clear. We have the Page of Cups. We have 2 cards of children on those cards. We are talking about children. So for me, this is we're talking about someone that doesn't have any remorse. So normally that's psychopath or psychopathic traits.
Or so someone that is not human.
Yeah.
Or both.
Yeah. We can check with my pick a card this week.
Yeah. Is it out yet, or is it the one for next week?
I don't know. I lost track of the dates.
Let me see.
But we did a fun one this time. I felt
it's the one coming this Thursday. So are you dealing with a human or NPC? That was a really fun one. So I did it because I programmed it, but you guys are going to see it this Thursday.
Yeah. I'm always asking what is happening in my life, what would I want to know? And yeah, I wanted to know that so bad. So yeah.
And by the way, like I did it because like, as I said, I was programming it and I was thinking of someone and like the answer was like completely accurate. I texted you after, so you guys need to do it.
So yeah, so this is maybe a non-human, of course, but we're dealing with someone that doesn't have any remorse. We're dealing with someone that has to have financial and status-wise consequences to understand something in a sense. Otherwise, doesn't have any remorse, doesn't care. It says unconditional. I will fully accept who you are. And we have the tree of, I think this is Pentacles. No, this is Cups. I hate when they change the names. Okay.
But I guess he's not the only one in the whole, royalty circle. So
yeah, so what it says here, this is the Four of Wands, just check. So this is Four of Wands and the unconditional, I will love you, I will accept you fully as you are. So what I'm saying here is that in the family, there was no consequences. It was not condemned.
Because they're all in.
Yeah, exactly. And we have the Magician right here. That's the lie card, and we have the devil. Exactly. So in the family, it's not true like, oh, you did that, oh, horrible person, we're going to remove your titles. It's not that at all. It's just we have people knocking on our door. So
yeah, we're trying to save our image. That's what I was getting. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we already paid some, we already did that to some, so it's already like we cannot do more. You have to do this as a good faith, so we are able to say, oh, we're not with you. Okay, so yeah, it's absolutely about saving face, and about this person was about to be canceled completely, and it got really close. I'm seeing like last second, last day, last minute to say, okay, I will do it.
And I read too in that article that Tim shared that the young lady who sued him recently, I believe it was last year, Virginia. I'm not able to pronounce her last name. It starts with a G. And apparently, like, she committed, she unalived herself. So that was news to me when I read that article. So and I guess a lot of people are very angry. So that's why like the royal family probably got a lot of pressure from a lot of different people. And they felt like, okay, we need to do something to save the public image.
Well, she had the memoir that she wrote, and she really said before that happened, I'm not going to unalive myself. If there's anything that happens to me, this is what you need to do. So,
wow,
that's crazy. But the pressure comes from someone else, so from other people.
Yeah, of course. Okay, we're gonna dive into something else, which I find very mysterious. So I have here a little clip of apparently Trump saying that he got his annual flu and booster shot, and I'm just like mind blown. And I want to ask the cards after this video, what the heck is going on here? What's the real strategy behind? Because we always see like things that are kind of weird, to be honest, and not aligning with what we think is going on. And I always wonder, is he like a genius, or are we getting lied to?
And I want to say here for everybody watching, we don't have, I'm sure for you also, Julie, but we don't have any preconceived notion of what is going on. If you watch our show in the past, you know that sometimes we see things in the cards that we're like, oh my God, I never saw that coming. So we are asking you the same, be open. And I know we trigger sometimes people with what we have. We don't care about the outcome of the cards. We just want to have what the cards has to say about this. So let's stay open.
And yeah, also on that point, like I think we have also to be mindful of when we're watching other people read the cards, if they have a preconceived idea before reading the cards, that is influencing the reading. So that's why also we try to stay out of any agenda or preconceived notion of what it might be going on in the world. And oftentimes we get comments of people saying like, oh, you should know that, blah, blah, blah. But we're saying in that place of letting the cards tell us what is going on, and remaining open enough to be like, oh, maybe I thought this, but then I was wrong, So we always leave space for us to be wrong at some point. And I think that is very important where we're trying to communicate with the higher forces at play.
Yep.
So let's listen to the video.
Let me get this straight. Trump and RFK said they were going to tackle the vaccine issue, take on big pharma, bring accountability. Next thing you know, they're standing next to the CEO of Pfizer, cutting deals, and Trump even says he's done a good job.
Be the first. He's done a fantastic job with, as you know, with the COVID.
And now the White House says Trump got his annual flu and COVID booster. So what happened to accountability and standing up for people who, you know, want justice? It's almost as if the same people they promise to expose are the same people they invite into the White House and have dinner with. But I don't know. Let me know what you think.
Okay, so let's ask the cards. What is the strategy behind this? Is it a stab in the back for the people wanting to see true change with the big pharma monopoly? Or is it a disguise strategy?
Okay. So we have the card of self-centered. So the question I ask in my mind with this is, where is Trump's mind on this topic?
Okay.
I want to see what is his chess game in his mind, because a lot of people are saying he's playing 5D chess. Okay, where is his mind at the moment? So we have self-center, and it says, I will make everything about me. We have the Tin Man, which is the very stubborn and not moving. This is the Hangman kind of energy.
Reverse, right?
Sorry?
So the man is the hangman reverse.
Yeah, well, yeah, he has the same position of the legs.
Yeah.
We had destruction, crumbling, and corruption.
And this also, I guess, talks about health and illnesses, right? The mice.
Mm-hmm. So we don't have the second row yet. The second row can say no to corruption, saving. We don't know yet. But judging by those cards, it's not the best. And then we have healing. Okay. So let's see what we have with
There's hope.
Yeah, there's hope. Okay. Mouse deck or a smaller deck? What do you feel?
Oh, let's go for the mouse.
Okay, we need the mouse. And we
So
already
we're talking about illnesses and stuff.
Okay. Where is Trump's mind on this topic, please? His true intent on this topic, please. Judgment with self-center. The Star reverse with the Hangman. Hierophant with corruption. Hangman with healing. So I think he's playing a longer game.
That's what, oh, I swear, this is what I had in my head. I was going to say he's playing the long game.
He's playing the long game. What I don't like to see is that I want to be really true here. I think he's playing the long game. I think he's saying, like, we're going to take some loss to win later on. I think that's what he has. But I don't like some of the cards, because he is putting some precedent and some power in the wrong hands at the moment, even if he's thinking he's playing the wrong.
Yeah, that's like a slippery slope to give that much power into Pfizer's hands, for example, or a big pharma in general.
Because those two cards says that he is basically he knows right now that by doing so, he is going to not give justice to a lot of people. So he knows that already this is a good deal for himself, more than a lot of people who really needs that. It's going against the pharma, against that side that push the product. Then we have the Star reverse with the Hangman energy. For me, that means that he is not connected with his inner guidance or the galactic center. Okay, he is not at the moment getting the guidance on this. So he chose to go a little bit more on his own, saying, I'm taking that risk and that's on me. But I have
like a 3D chess for now than a 5D one. Yeah.
That's
he's like really working with like 3D circumstances and for him to think that's the best way to go around it, I guess.
Yeah. This is the one I hate the most, and then we're going to go for a positive one after. I don't like this because it says that he has been corrupted. You can take it to the level, to the scale that you want, but some corruption has entered. Okay.
Well, we know that he also had deals with big tech, and that was kind of the same thing that you were getting. It's like he was playing the longer game, and he was wanting to make them allies in order to later on like have more control over the laws and constitutions, whatever they were planning on to do with centralizing data. So it's kind of the same thing here. So he's also has to play with the bad side and make deals with them in order to realize his longer plan, I guess.
So I've just took cards on why does he have to do that, and it says for financial gain. Okay, so he is going for the big reward. So he is willing to sacrifice some to get the bigger reward at the end. It's a big risk.
Can we ask, like, the financial gain, is it for him personally and let's say some people, or is it at large for the country of the United States?
Very limited.
So a few individuals.
Very few. We have the Chariot, the Six of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. A very few individual.
Okay.
Okay. So it's still a human, and it's still someone that that came here to learn and to be tested. We have to keep that in mind. Okay. Even though we have the best intentions, sometimes we screw up. I'm not saying he is doing that right now, but I'm saying he's on a very fragile moment.
Yeah,
and that was not
slippery slope decision.
Yeah. What happened if right now he's taking off of his position and the deals are as they are, right?
Exactly.
So it put us in a very delicate situation that didn't need to happen. That's what I'm saying. That's my own thing, and you do whatever you want with that. Healing now. So that's where we see that he has a longer goal in place. And that's why we see that his intentions were good ultimately. Okay. So we have the 10 of Wands reversed. So he has a plan on taking them from the inside. He has a plan of knowing how they work, and really, because right now from this card, what I'm getting is that he thinks it's too hard to take them down as they are.
Yeah, because we know that what was he saying, like, to drain the swamp, like it has taken such a big proportion in the government that and also like the big corporations, that you kind of need to do it from the inside.
So that's what he is doing right now. The thing is that it's very, very dangerous, and I just took 3 cards. I don't even know why, but it says his health is not good.
Yeah, I think you said that also last week, I believe.
It's a very dangerous game,
and also for his own integrity, I guess, like his own karma. And like, it's a good news to know that he has good intention in the big, let's say, the big game, but also it means also aligning himself with some really bad people for the present.
Yeah, well, we had the corruption card, right? And we saw some money being involved. So nobody's perfect.
Okay.
And that I think that there was this risk that was taken, yes, for the bigger goal, but also for something a little bit more personal. Yeah. So hopefully we're going to get the reward that is really meant to be.
And last question on that, can we know, like, what's going to be the outcome of this deal with Big Pharma, like in the big grand scheme of things? Is it going to profit humanity? Is it going to be positive for us at large?
Oh, we need the mouse. Ace of Swords, Judgment, the Moon, 7 of Cups, the Hermit. A lot of research, but it's still very much unclear the outcome that it will take. Yeah, I think that the outcome will depend on many external factors, such as laws that are going to be put in place in the future, and also women, because it's going to impact women a lot. So maybe fertility, like we talked about many times, but there's many different impacts but research seems to be at the root of everything. So I think that there is going to be laws that put in place to limit what they are researching into, what they are doing with the
Or
data.
to put like big corporations' interests out of research, which for once would be like a real scientific data.
Yeah, but it doesn't need it doesn't need to be included, but it is absolutely included in this. Unfortunately, the big technologies with the big pharmas at the moment.
Okay, so hopefully something positive will happen with research, and I guess also it has to do with free will and the collective and what we're deciding on. Okay, let's switch category. We're going to talk a little bit about mysteries. And if you have been following the news, then you know that there has been like a big robbery into the Museum of Le Louvre in France. And apparently robbers robbed millions of dollars worth of historical French jewels. So I'm going to show you what they stole. So here we have an emerald set, sapphire set here, and the last one is this diamond knot, bodice diamond knot from Empress Eugenie. So this story has gained a lot of traction in the media. Apparently they are at the moment, like the museum, they are talking about their security measures because it was done in, I guess, like less than 5 minutes or so. 7 by fake construction workers who entered the site and had like all the right tools in order to open up the glass présentoir. So yeah, let's ask questions rather for the cards. And this is from Tim, so thank you, Tim. And Tim wants to know, will the jewels be recovered?
I just want to point to something when I saw that news yesterday. For those of you who have read Da Vinci Code, the book, they talk about how, I don't know if that's true or if that's changed, but in the book, they talk about how a lot of cameras at the Louvre are not actually connected. They're just to scare people off of stealing, but that would cost too much to have them all connected. So I was thinking that when I saw this news, I don't know if that's linked or not, but yeah.
Apparently they do have the footage, so I don't know if that's true. Maybe we'll see with the cards.
Okay.
But let's start here. Will the jewels be recovered?
I think yes. We have freedom and we have good news.
Oh.
So I think it's a yes, and that's very strange because like I read the article and they were like, those are never going to be found again. They're already melted, possibly.
So those are some like historical pieces, you know, like from the French history.
Yeah, but in the article it says that to not be found, to be able to resell them because they're known, they would be melted and used for like pieces, you know.
Okay, gotcha.
Like for cars. So let's see what we have with the second row. Freedom is with the Queen of Pentacles, so that's the jewelry that was freed. Then we have soulmates, so people working together from other countries. So I don't know the nationality of who did it, but it says from different countries.
I guess Interpol is on the case.
Yeah. We have, it says they're going to be found, but it could be a little bit of like weird circumstances they could be found.
Okay.
It says they're hidden. I will blame for the so they're hidden. They're going to find them, but it's like they're put in another object to hide them. And yeah, we're going to find them. It's pretty clear. So
can we know like who are the robbers actually working for? Because I'm assuming there's someone who's, you know, like it's not like Ocean 11's movie where it's for their own interest. I guess someone hired the robbers. Let's see.
We have soulmate, the lovers, and a two of cups. That's very interesting.
So a couple.
It's weird. That could be two kind of mobs working together
Ah,
and merging. Yeah, because I'm seeing different countries working together, and
okay.
they're either already crossed the border or about to cross the border with the jewelry. This is people who are collectioners from the black market, and we have the hermit, and we have the tower, and we have the tree of pentacles. So those people are working together with intention of splitting the profit and things like that.
Okay, and can we pull cards on what was the reason? I am guessing financial, but also why did they choose those specific jewels?
Okay.
Is it because is there a reason, a symbolic reason, or is it really just because it was worth a lot?
It says it's for a ritual.
Okay, so I guess two countries that don't really like France, I'm guessing.
I don't know. It could be friends in another country, I don't know. But it says that it's for a ritual. And you know what? What is interesting is that that was for Napoleon and his wife, right? The jewelry belonged to
Oh,
Eugenie.
I wasn't aware. I'm searching her right now. Empress Eugenie. It says, let's see. It says that she was Empress of the French from her marriage to Napoleon III. And she was born from Spanish nobility.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So she has Spanish ancestry. Yes, thank you.
So I'm going to say something really weird, but I'm just reading the card there. I think it's a love spell.
Empress Eugenie as Marie Antoinette.
What?
It says here on the picture.
Oh, okay.
That's weird. Go ahead.
Yeah. So it says it's a love spell for one part, and the other part has this as almost like a test for some of their members to be part of a bigger organization. So for some, their interest is different, and the others who is going to receive more of the object versus the money or whatever. I don't know how it works, but we do have two different goals of doing this. One is a test and to belong to that group, and the other one is a ritual. And it's very weird because it says it's a love ritual.
So that's also why the jewels weren't taken apart, because they want the actual objects, right? That would make sense.
It could be some pieces taking apart, but I think they're going to be found. And
yeah, but that's what I was saying, because earlier you were saying that, they were probably going never to be found because taken into pieces. But like, if you need for the actual ritual the object and the symbolism of the object, that would be a good reason why.
Sometimes I'm assuming, like we can see in movies, they remove a part of it. Like in Outlander, they remove a jewelry of it, like it's just a piece of it. But I think they're going to be found, and I think the intent was to prove themselves and to use that for something more ritual. Yeah, I didn't see that coming also.
Okay. Well, let us know what you think. I'm very curious to see the comments. Okay. I think I have another fun story. Maybe we have time for two more. Let's see. Okay. So I have a story here, or rather a publication that I'd like to share. So in this post, they're saying nothing unusual, just maps from the UN document archives. And here And I know there's gonna be a lot of people talking about that because we know that there is this flat Earth theory that has gained a lot of traction. Some people say the Earth is not necessarily flat, but it is definitely not the way that it's been projected, let's say, in globes, atlas, I guess we cannot say in plural. But here, I think it's interesting because on that image, it is a sphere, but the portion of the Earth that we know is all contained here. So that would mean that there's a whole lot of the Earth that we don't know about, right?
Mhm.
Which is also common to the concept of people believing the flat Earth theory. So I'd like to ask the cards, is this map of the Earth accurate? Or was it at any moment of the Earth history accurate?
It says unconventional. I will be here to help you see things differently. Okay, so that's interesting. And we have ending, mourning, and loss. Let's see what the second row, what it means, because that's very interesting that we have the card that says, I will help you to see things differently.
Yeah, so definitely it serves a purpose.
So let's see what we have there. It's the Five of Cups underneath, so I would say it's not exactly right, no. And the Moon, no, so no, it's not. But I think it's important to stay open on what else could it be, because I think that we are not being fed the truth by a lot of organization. But this particular one, no. That was created by a group that wanted to just explore other possibilities, and that did not turn into a success, this map. So I think that was not an intent to share truth.
And maybe just to, let's say, insert a doubt in our minds that maybe the map that we have is not the accurate one. So this one is the map that we know to be Earth. Is this one the real representation of our Earth?
Okay. No. No.
Whoa.
No.
Huh.
What else do you need?
It cannot be clearer. Oh my God.
I have all of those. We have fake and the card of popcorn, which is a card that I use for a movie or what is not true because he's feeling his skin. So it's not real. But the card between those two, that is fake and popcorn, we have the card of the heart, and it talks about passion, romanticism, and empathy. So I think it's half truth and half not true.
Whoa. Can we ask the cards, like, what's not accurate about this imagery?
Okay. Yeah, it's half and half.
So half true, half not true.
Yeah. So the ocean is not right. The water is really not right. Oh my God, let me show you this. Page of Cups, the Moon, and the King of Cups. The water is not accurate.
So do you think there is actually less water, more water?
It's hard to say with that. I have the High Priestess and the Death card. It's hard to say, but definitely not how it
Maybe
is.
there are like, there is, can we ask that, like, for the cards, like, is there more land in where it's supposed to be water? Because we have the half and half card.
Yes. Yes.
So there's more actual land that is being hidden from us.
Correct. Absolutely.
Whoa! This is crazy. So maybe like half more than we think.
It could, I mean, the half could be, yes, that there is half more. It could also be that the land is not positioned how it is shown. That could be a percentage also of the 50-50, true and 50 not true. Could be that the water, there's less at some places. So it's hard to really say, is there a lot more land? But there is more land than what is shown. And the water.
Because I'm always thinking about, like if the map that we have isn't accurate, isn't the real one, how do pilots navigate on the globe? Like, do they have like another map for themselves, like to know like what direction they should take and like the distances between the cities? You know what I mean?
No.
And no?
No, it's okay. You seem to have fun in your mind.
But I mean, like pilots that are driving planes and stuff, they have to know where the exact positions are.
Well, tell that to Amelia Earhart.
Yeah. Okay, that's super interesting. So that would make sense that like the major, let's say, continent cities are being shown accurately, but that there are missing pieces that they don't want us to see.
Yeah.
Woo! Okay, let us know what you think. We want to read your comments. Let us know, because I think we're going to have a lot to talk about maybe on the next one, or in 2 weeks rather. So let us know any comments, any additional question you'd like us to ask for the cards. And we're going to end with a question from Christian. Just let me find it. So thank you, Christian, for asking your question on the community. He's asking, what is the energy transmitted when someone looks into your eyes? So when two people are looking at their eyes, what is the energy? What's the power of that?
Okay, we have shadow work, divine love, and self-worth.
That's powerful.
Let's see. We have Ace of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and we have the King of Cups. Yeah, so it's like when you're kissing someone. You know how we are taught that when we are kissing someone, we are able to analyze the DNA. We're able to know if this is a right partner for having children with and things like that. So when we're looking through the eyes, there's a lot more that is happening. On a point of view of psychology, they're going with psychology more, I think, than energies, but you can argue that both are linked together. It shows how much this soul has suffered. It shows their path of their past life, this life also. So how much this person has been going through. And I think that first part is, if you have ever been going through therapy, you are going to be able to validate that this part is true, because when you have a pattern, you're going to find the person in the room that has exactly the patterns that fit with yours. Even though you don't talk with anybody, you're going to pinpoint this is the one. So you're able to know, with looking in the eyes of a person, what are those patterns. It's not a knowing that is conscious, it's a very unconscious, but it speaks to your soul. Then we have divine love, Knight of Wands. Looking someone into the eyes is giving them love in the soul level. So it's something that we should do more, and something that we don't do. So there's tons of exercise of just looking your friends or your family or your partner in the eyes for more than a minute. And you can be absolutely shocked how much it's difficult sometimes for people, especially with the devices that we have now.
Yeah.
We don't have attention span. So if you want to start really connecting to their soul, do that, because we seem to be able to really see where this soul has traveled, what they have going through in this life and past life, like I said, giving them love on the soul level. And also, it's also telling them, I see you, I hear you, and I'm there for you.
Wow. And also, like, when we think about like how those opportunities are happening less and less to be able to see someone physically and to take the time and be present enough to look at each other's eyes. So this is something that holds so much value, because we're doing it less and less and less with today's technology. Wow, this is powerful. Thank you, Christian. That was a really great question. Thanks, everybody. And do make sure, of course, you like the content of the show if you did enjoy it. And this is our our schedule for the week. Yeah, please excuse my brain. And so we have the pick a card that we've told you about. Is it a human or an NPC that is coming up this Thursday? And this Friday, we're going to have the much anticipated November predictions for the 12 signs. So we're going to look at astrology and tarot for each of the 12 zodiac signs. So you can look at your sun, moon, rising sign, and this will all happen on Friday. And I will tell you something, the month of November is a month to remember. There is, it's very, very action packed. So very looking forward to look at that with you guys. So have an amazing week. Until then, thank you so much, Sophie, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.